Good morning, my name is Kurt Ranta. I'm field operations for Team 12. We just transitioned today with Team 13 that was here for the last 2 weeks working on the Bedrock fire. So I'll give you a little update on what's going on the Bedrock fire and a new fire that occurred yesterday that the team will be inheriting, and I'll talk to that after I go around and talk a little bit about what the action is on the fire. We'll start on the west side of the fire, which is Division Alpha. We've been putting in a indirect line along a road system where the other team was, and we're inheriting that with the intent of eventually burning this out along here, which is a tactic we use when the ground's too rough, too many hazards on the line, and we can't get in there direct. So we'll methodically start burning this potentially within the next couple days from the high ground down to the low ground. Most of the prep's done in here, so it's looking really good in here. Moving around to the top of the fire in Juliet. It's a complicated piece of ground, and up here at the high point around into the private land here is where the fire is kind of starting to move around in here. Yesterday it started moving around in here. It was probably where most of the activity was. A lot of the activity down here was fairly subdued yesterday. A little bit more up here. Not a lot of large movement, but enough for us to start getting a plan in place up here to again start doing some working off of an indirect line that was established by the other team and start to do some burnout operations potentially within the next 2 days. Up along here we have been doing some work, and it's hard to tell because there's not a lot of roads on this map here. We've been piecing away with a little bit of direct line and some indirect line and a little bit of small tactical burning to accomplish that. Moving over to here, this line's still looking good. Another piece of really rough ground for us is figuring out this whole piece and this drainage here, and trying to piece together an indirect line in here, although we do have a good line that's going through here that we have to back off of if we can't find an option in here. So we're still exploring those. Moving around here, this is all looking really good. Hasn't moved in a long time. It's up against a road, so that's good black. Here, this is an old big fire scar. It's the old Middle Fork fire scar, which you guys are very familiar with probably in the local area. It's from a couple of years ago, and this moved it through that. So we're looking at options to try to secure that. It's a lot of snags. It'll take a lot of hazard mitigation in there. So we're looking at that. And then coming down through here, looking at the same thing, trying to go as direct as possible in here. And this is looking really good in here as well. And get down to what we're calling the boot, down into the Yankee and the Sierra country. This is all really secure looking through here, and all this hasn't moved in a long time. And then we are, the Hayden structures in here, we are looking at augmenting the prep in there, maybe put in some more sprinkler systems and stuff, because eventually this fire could be filled in here. So we just want to make sure those are bolstered really well. We do have a couple other people out there looking at like contingency or like backup options like we always do on fires in case something happens unexpected. And in addition, I told you to talk about the new fire. There was a new fire, which some of you are probably familiar with if you're in the local area, right outside of Oak Ridge to the east. It started yesterday. We responded with some air support, and today we are going to inherit that fire within this organization, and they call that complexing. So for now, we'll be managing this fire and we'll be managing that fire. So we'll be shifting some resources out there. And we already have. We had people out there last night, and we do have some people out there today shifting over. We sent one of our hotshot crews over there today to try to scout out and get a good handle on that. And we're getting more resources coming in from the region as the priority for this fire is now ramped up a bit again because we have that new fire. So we'll be shuffling resources over there later. We also have some overheader over there, and I'll be managing the air operations over there as well. So that's all I have. Thanks.